Hey everyone, just wanted to give you an update and say a few things. First of all, just wanted to say thank you so much, all you guys who supported us and helped us get this far, and also sorry, we had wanted to go farther, but it's not working out. I just have a really hard time feeling bad and feeling sick and trying to stay positive, and it's just it would be better to go back to the States and hopefully I can get better there, and then instead of making you guys hang on with this, go home, go back, go here and there, we're just gonna go back and hopefully I can get feeling better. So thank you guys so much for sticking with us throughout all this and that. So anyway, we're leaving here pretty soon, like a week or two, we leave our house here, and so we're packing up like crazy and having a garage sale and trying to get rid of everything. We can only take one checked bag for all of us, each of us, and so it's kind of hard to pack up our whole house in just a few bags. So that's tricky, but anyway, I wanted to share 3 stories with you of some ladies that I've been working with. First of all, my lady that cleans my house, she comes once a week, and I started quite a while ago teaching her, and it's been really good. She said, none of the other missionaries have done this for me. I've worked for missionaries for a long time and none of them have ever taught me like this. She said, thank you so much. And she said, one day I was teaching her about sacrifices, and she said, well, what about today? What are we supposed to do today? And I could have told her right then, it's Jesus. Jesus is our sacrifice for today. So we don't need to do those lamb sacrifices. But I figured if I waited, it would make more sense. Because the more that you take those Old Testament stories that are pointing towards Christ, the more that they get that foundation, then when it comes to the crucifixion of Jesus, then all the pieces fall into place. And so I'm hoping that in the end, all those pieces will fall into place for her. I just hope I can get finished before I leave, because lately she had an accident and wasn't able to come for the last 2 weeks. So hopefully she will be better and we can finish her lesson. So and then these other 2 ladies that I've been working with, I started teaching them at their work, and I just told them I'd work around their people that come in. If somebody comes to buy something, I'll stop talking, and then when they leave, I'll start talking again. So sometimes it's a little tricky because somebody, I get interrupted and it's like, where was I? But anyway, it works. But one interesting interruption was this one guy. He came in and he shook my hand, it's like, hey, how you doing? Shake your hand. But then, not normal, he starts massaging my hand and going up my arm, and then he starts massaging my other hand and up my other arm, and then he starts to go for my head, and I was like, no thank you. That's a little too far. And so then he's like, okay, now you can pay me because I just gave you a massage. I was like, I'm not paying you. I didn't ask for that. And he's like, oh, okay, she can pay for you. My lady that I'm talking to, the Juliana. And I was like, no way, she's not paying for me either. No, we're not paying because I didn't ask for this massage. And he's like, okay, well, you're going to hell. I was like, okay, whatever. Goodbye. So that was an interesting interruption. Some other interruptions, one lady, she comes and she saw me with my Bible there, and she's like, oh, thank you so much. That helps me. That reminds me that I need to read my own Bible. So that was fun. And then another lady came, and talking to her, she was like, oh, my name is Princess. Like, wow, I've never met somebody with that name before. And she was wanting to make a house with lots of monkeys in the yard. So I'm like, okay. Anyway, so those are some interruptions that happen. But Juliana, interesting story with her. She So we were going through the Old Testament stories, and then we got to Jesus, and right now I'm in the life of Jesus and trying to teach her about how Jesus is the Savior, and how all the miracles point that he is the Savior, and stuff like that. And then I taught about Nicodemus and how he went to Jesus in the night and how he asked Jesus how to be saved, and Jesus said he had to be born again. Anyway, it was interesting that I asked her, do you know, are you born again or not? Not yet. And she said, no, not yet. And I said, well, actually I knew that it was her birthday that day. It's just how the lessons worked, that it landed on her birthday. So it was pretty cool. So it was like, what an opportunity. I said, well, wouldn't that be cool if you got born again on your birthday? And she was like, no, I'm not ready yet. No, but it would have been cool. Too bad, but maybe later. She's still listening and still going on with the lessons, and sometimes the little light bulb will come on, which is really cool. Like when I shared the story about Moses in the desert, when he lifted up the snake, and all the people that were bit by the snake, all they had to do was look at that bronze serpent on the pole, and and then she was like, oh, that's just like Jesus being lifted up. And it's like the light bulb. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, you just have to trust in Jesus. Like, yeah, that's it. So anyway, so that was interesting. So hoping that she'll be able to get it before I leave. And then another lady that I've been talking to, she has a clothing store, and so working around her people that come. I took her. She wanted me to help her go buy a TV and go pick it up because I have a pickup truck. So I went there, took Jessie with my little 4-year-old, and on the way back, driving the TV to her house, she rode in the back of the pickup truck with Jessie. And we got there, and she was like, oh, that was the most adventure I've had in my whole life. I was like, wow, you don't get out much, do you? So anyway, that was funny. But let's see. Oh, so she is interesting. She's Catholic, and her husband is a Muslim. And she said that she used to be like the priest helper, like, so she was up there in the Catholic Church. And but she said the Catholic Church does not teach like this. Man, if everybody in the Catholic Church was taught like this, they would really understand the Bible. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. And I asked her if she had any questions. We're in the life of Jesus, and I said, do you have any questions about the life of Jesus? And she said, well, the first question I had, you already answered. That was about Jesus, and if he had ever sinned. I was kind of wondering if he had ever sinned in his life, but you made that very clear that he never sinned in his whole life. So that was good. And then she said, the other question I have, I think you're gonna get to it, but something that's always made me wonder is, why did Jesus on the cross say, my God, why have you forsaken me? And I said, yeah, we are gonna get to that. So I'm excited. We're gonna get to that. And so anyway, so pray for these ladies, and pray that I'll be able to make the time to finish this, and that we will be able to have the time to pack all our stuff and sell all the stuff that we need to. And thank you, everyone. Thanks for all that you've done for us. And that's it.